is available to both of them equally. And if the Muslims starving and dying and living in poor, it's their fault. Because Allah said, I made everything in this dunya is accessible equally to both of them. Those who want the akhirah and those who want dunya. So if we see the kafir is living good life and successful life and the believers living bad life, basically the verse said, it's your fault. Allah made it accessible. You have made a mistake, or you went the wrong way, or you didn't take what does it require. That's what is it. You have to bring what is required to have it. You want the dunya, it's available, but it's not available for nothing. You have to bring what is required to have it. Whether you are a believer or not a believer, it doesn't matter. You have to bring what's required to be wealthy. You have to bring what's required to be educated. You have to bring what's required to be powerful. You have to bring what's required to be healthy. You have to bring what's required for anything. I'll tell you one thing. Okay, you are rich. Okay, I see. When you go to exercise, but is that money is going to make the heart of your heart conditions is so fit? No, you have to exercise and run and work and work and work. If you want health in your heart, there is no other way except to work for it. And to work aggressively if you want really good heart. If you don't want, then it is your problem. But I am powerful, or I have money. It will not bring me the good conditions of the heart. It will not. I mean, when I break something, maybe I'll go to have a surgery, but it doesn't matter. It might fix or not. As you see people who wants to be extremely healthy, the only way to do it, you work hard. Well, this is the common law of this life. Whatever you want in this life is available, but the only way to earn it by working hard and write exactly what is required. You want to condition your heart, this is what's required. You want to build muscle, this is what's required. You want to build intelligence, this is what's required. You want to build wealth, this is what's required. So you have to bring the required effort and work in order to have it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of issues actually in this 18 and 19 verses and what we were discussing. It's kind of going on end of the qadar. And again Allah said, Allah fadala ba'adakum ala ba'd fi rizq. So even say before two persons are doing, they may not get the same kind of work or anything, because it's
okay. Now we're going to come to this verse in a little bit. That we can see basically in the materialistic things in this world. There are people, no matter how they do, still the conditions will be it might improve, but it will never go a certain limit. Say you're going to build wealth. There are people, they work hard and do all means and ways. It might conditions improve, but it will never go beyond certain limit because Allah has put that limit. But we think of risk only as money, and that is wrong. Risk a whole package, okay, of everything. Money and health, children, connection, tranquility, happiness, beauty, all of it together. Knowledge, righteousness, all of it one package. And they are just boxes. So if my box here is less, with no doubt, the other box is full. And you have to put them all together. This is what the risk. I might not have much money, but I have Iman and Quran and knowledge and family and children and good connection and pleasant life. This is all part of the package of the risk. I might have all this much of money, but I have this problem and this problem and this shortage of this and this box and this and this less and this. But it is always risk. Muslims and all people have to change their mind. Because the non-Muslims have put in our mind it is materialistic things. You have a house, you have a car, you have money, then your risk is great. That is not true. Risk is a whole package, includes spiritual and materialistic life together. And Allah give us all equal package. The package is full. But when you go to the detail, I get plenty of one thing and very little of one thing, which is the opposite to you. You get plenty of one thing and very little in one thing. But it is all as Allah has given us equal time, right?
Yeah.
Let me finish. 24 hours. That's what it is. All of us given 24 hours a day. All of us. Some of us, with these 24 hours, they make miracles. And they do so many things. Some they cannot even do the little things and the simple things. Some, as you can tell today, some people, they have energy to serve humanity. And some, they are over-consumed with their own personal affairs. But all of us, we have the same talent and ability and potential and the time. But this is how we use it. I have time for everybody. And I manage my life too. There are some of us basically not just consume, over-consume. I have this, is not done, and I have this. And they are only worried about their own personal life, personal affairs, or family affairs. And this is something me. I'm the one who have poor skills of management, for example. Poor skills of using time. Poor skills of these, or delegation, or planning. Or there are ways where you can become efficient and you create more time for others if you want to, and you are determined and you will work for it, you will create time for others. But if you don't, and you believe you are really can do beyond this, you're going to stay like that. Yes, go ahead.
Well, Sheikh, you said that, you said risk is a different dimension. So if
Uh-huh.
some person has a spiritually weak, probably monetarily strong. So they kind of balance out.
Right.
In practically, if you look around, and I can't recall in particular, I came from Bangladesh, so many poor people, they don't have the deed, they don't have the money, the children is there. I mean, they're all the negative side. So I don't know how we can equip them with other people, those who are spiritually weak. Good.
No, good one. Yeah, that is a good one. That's what complete my picture. So, you know what? I said, this is the package and has boxes. And some of the boxes are full and you never even touch them. Okay? You just focus on the money box. And the money box, Allah said you're going to have only $5 in this box. But you could have memorized the Quran. You could have done something else, but you never even touch that box. And there are, wallahi, people come in the day of judgment, how come I didn't do this? Well, we give it to you. But you are focused and focused and focused on the things that we give you nothing out of it. Or we give you only this much. So it is really your fault. And that's why these people, with no doubt, they have potential ability to excel in some way, but they just don't think about it, they don't want it, they ignore it, they never tried it. And they keep doing on something that's already determined to be limited.
Sheikh, I hate to say that because everybody knows, look at Steve Jobs, that's $79 billion, and that's all he had the money, but no health, nothing.
Because this verse said, the bounty of this dunya are equally available to all people. It is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ said, whatever you believe it is good for you, struggle for it and never give up on it until it is gone, that there is no way you can earn it. So long you have means to earn it, struggle to get it. And if Allah doesn't want it to you, He will not. And you will know it. It's gone. I cannot earn it anymore. But some of us, as I said, they tried a little bit, went to say, learned to the Quran, and the Mawlana was so mean and they didn't read me and forget about it and the rest. Spent my life, I cannot even read Quran. Well, it's your fault. Or somebody went to work and got in a very wrong boss where use them and abuse them and say, forget about it, I'm going to go and bake. Or I'm going to go, that is not the way it is. The way it is, all these windows you have to knock. Hard and strong. And insist and persist. Until you can't have an access to it, then you say, Allah doesn't want me there, and you move on. But if I see something, I'm trying and trying and trying and trying, and it is not going, I have to try something else. Because as we said, Allah has divided your risk in package, but it is several boxes. And you have to use them all. Many of us will have some of these boxes full and touched. Never even tried. Like say, okay, I didn't try to memorize the Quran. Then I believe I cannot. Have you tried? Have you struggled? Have you done it? Maybe this is what Allah has put your risk in. And so on, or children, or health. I will never have good health. No, you can't say that. Or one try and two try and that's enough. This verse saying, well, listen to it again. Which number? 20.
And only...
And 21 and 22, they are all exactly what I explained. Go ahead.
Sure, you want me to read all three of them?
Yeah.
On each, these as well as those, Allah has bestowed from the bounties of your Rabb. And the bounties of your Rabb, the Lord, can never be denied or forbidden.
Say it again. The bounties of Allah cannot be denied or forbidden on anyone. And listen. Whether you seek the Jannah or you seek this life, the bounty of this life are not restricted, not impossible, not out of reach for anyone who wants them. Except they are too many. I want to be a famous. Well, maybe this is the box that Allah has given me 0 in it. Okay, why don't try something else? I want to be rich. This is what he said. You really have to look to whole package of risk. And risk all of this together, and you have to try. And actually the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, you can discover this as early as possible in your life, and the parents and family and school teachers. This is their job, to realize which things that you can excel and just push you. You see the Americans, how they do. If they say the kids good and valuable, so just little kids. I mean, the basket is too high. But they make teams out of them. And they come and help them the whole day. The kids cannot push the ball to reach the basket. But they see there is a potential. Let's try this box of risk. Maybe this is what is it. We don't do that. What we need, you need to be a doctor and just get out of my face. All right? Or you need to be an engineer and get out of my face. Or you need to be memorize the Quran, or I will never be your father. This is how we do it, and that is wrong. Or what? Yeah. This is how we do it, and that's how we lose it all. It is already programmed in our mind. This is what I want you. Well, you are not, that box was 0. So he spent all the time struggling. I don't know why my kids are fighting. It's his brother in Kansas City. He has 2 kids, basically. One of them studies. The parents are doctors, and they want them to be doctors. But the kids say, we are not going to do it anyway. So one of them went to become a lawyer, and he became a very successful lawyer. The other ones just tried everything and took pre-med and took these and these. But his interest in religion, he memorized and he read Quran and he goes, they told him, there is no way you are going to do this. So finally, right now he's 23, 24, living on his life, something different, and the parents don't like him at all, and they believe he's a failure. But he's a good person, he does whatever for a living, and he is learning the deen and going to school until in addition to what he does. But they don't believe he's successful, they believe he's just messed up, that's it. So this is really something bad and we got to change because the Quran said no. The good of this dunya available, accessible to both, for those who want Jannah and those who want earth or this life, both. So, okay, كُلًّا نُمِدُّ هَؤُلَاء. The translation, I don't know, maybe I don't know very good English. The Quran said, كُلًّا نُمِدُّ هَؤُلَاء. We provide for both of them equally from the bounties of Allah. And the bounties, blessings of Allah, never restricted to one or the other. Those who want the hereafter or those who want this life, it's equally available to all of them. And finish the next one here.
See how Allah Ta'ala prefers one above another in this world, and verily the hereafter will be greater in degrees and greater in preferment.
Now, see that number 21, Allah, definitely we are not going to be, even if we are doctors, okay? We will never be sane, okay? I mean, this man is this and this, even in professionalism. We are doctors, but they said, we might do the same thing, exactly the same work or the same job or the same task, but we are different because personality and styles are different. So look how many readers of the Quran. Okay, all of them they read the Quran according to ahkam and tajweed. But we get impacted by this, influenced by this, observed by this, repelled by this, because each of them has his own personality and style. Look how many on the other side, look how many singers. And people love that singer and don't like this and this one. Because what is it? All sing, all just, it is personality and style is different. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yes, you might see this preference, but this preference in one aspect. You have preference, you are not preferred in this area, but you are preferred in another area, but you never touched it, you never tried it. But every one of us, basically Allah created you to excel in something. You must work for it, explore it, and work for it, and let people in society to empower you and enable you to get into it. But we are not going to be all excellent and preferred in one thing, which is just money. We are not going to be. Because Allah doesn't want us that way, and life will not be good. Remember Musa, what he said? Musa said to Allah, why there are so many poor and so many rich? He said, I want them to be equal. Allah said, life will not work. He said, no, I want you to give them equal money. Okay, Allah said, okay, give them all equal money and wealth. And then send rain to destroy his house. So he went outside. I need help, I'll pay. He said, I don't have time for you. I don't need it. And he could not fix it by himself. He said, Ya Allah, put them back. Because nothing is going to work. I cannot hire one person to do anything. So he said, Ya Allah, and now I understand your wisdom. Let them like that preferred so they can. And Allah said, so that you need one another. And that need be fulfilled by this preference. But if that preference is not there, you will not need anyone. And I will not need you. You will not need me. So life will never work. And life will never work that way. Okay? But here the verse also telling us, as you see the preference in this life, the preference of the hereafter is beyond your imagination. The Quran said the dwelling of Jannah, just like the stars you see at night. How high and how difference between them. This is the difference between us. You are in Jannah, but you are, some of us, so high, far away, and some this way, big difference. Allah said it's greater difference than you can imagine. You're dwelling in Jannah. And that's we say Jannah is levels. And in that level also, there are preferences. But from time to time, they're all at the same level, allowed to meet in a common area and have some connection with some great figures of Jannah. But also, you have the permission to visit people who are in higher rank in Jannah. Basically, you apply, and then once your application approved, you are going to be taken to the place wherever is permitted to. Maybe the Prophet ﷺ will never come to you, but you are allowed in a certain time when you apply and your application approved to go and visit him in his own dwelling in his house in Jannah and spend all the time you want with him. And those, I think we told you a long time ago, those time, there is a window where you submit your application. And that window is exactly the window of the 5 prayers a day we do today. Dhuhr, there will be maybe half an hour, 1 hour for anybody who wants to visit the Prophet ﷺ. That's what the angel tell you. Okay, here, sign. And then they will ask you in order to come and visit. Asr time, Maghrib time, Isha time, this is where we submit application. And in this life, this is where we submit application. Ya Allah forgive us. Ya Allah forgive us. This is what we do really. Every day we submit 5 applications to Allah, asking for forgiveness and to take us to Jannah. And definitely, these 2 many applications, one of them will be accepted. And inshallah will be all in Jannah, so long you are consistent with Salah. Now, 22.
Set not up with Allah Ta'ala any other ilah, deity, or you will sit down reproved, forsaken in Jahannam.
Okay, then I'll just give you homework until next week. From here, from 22, you know what the verse started with what? The verb started with?
Set not.
Set not, what does it mean?
It said that, set not up with Allah.
It's an order to prevent you or to stop you from doing something. So from here on, this orders in sequence. There are, I'll tell you when you can stop. Can you list those orders, either order or forbidden? All of it. وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا. That is 33. And let's go. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا 34. وَلَا تَقْفُوا 36. وَلَا تَمْشِي 37. But 39 made a comment, but also has in it order. وَلَا تَجْعَلْ. Right? And then, I think 239. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so from this 22 to 39, there are basically do and don't do. And these are the moral values. Allah said this Quran certainly guide to that which is right, just, beautiful, and the best. These are here a list of some of these values Allah and the Quran guide us to. It started from 22, and they are clear, but you read it carefully. Either don't do or do. Basically, it's clear like that. Don't do this, do this. Don't do this, do this. From 22 to 39, which is, Allah said, this is what Allah has revealed to you from the hikmah, from the moral principles. And when you put them together, you will realize there is no book, there is no religion instruct us to do all these valuable principles and morals. None, absolutely none. And they are basically extensive to all aspects of life, to be virtuous, to be pure, to be right, to be just, to be also perfect and beautiful. These are what you need, Allah saying, and here is listing them, and that is basically details of the verse number 9. إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي guide لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ, to that, as we said, it's just. So if you can please list and tell me how many, because some might miss, maybe they are 16, maybe 22, maybe 10, how many you can discover out of these, and then I think next week we'll discuss them all together. If you can classify them, say these are family issues, this is financial issues, this is welfare issues, this is virtuous issues, this is spiritual issues. If you can also list them and classify them, and then I'll ask you, is there any aspect of this life is omitted? Or basically includes all important aspects of life? These are, if you can classify them. If you can, list them. And Jazakumullah khair. If anybody wants to say something, we'll listen to you, otherwise